Welcome to the Disney Wedding Podcast. This show is brought to you by Carrie Hayward's Fairy Tale Weddings Guide, the only guidebook and bridal organizer tailored exclusively to Disney's fairy tale weddings at Walt Disney World. I'm Carrie Hayward, and each week I feature Disney wedding updates, money-saving tips, and interviews with wedding vendors and real Disney couples. I also cover honeymoons, anniversaries, and engagements at the Disney parks and resorts. Join me now as the Disney Wedding Podcast celebrates romance at Disney destinations. Today on the Disney Wedding Podcast, I am speaking with Disney bride Karen Zitza about her after-hours ceremony at Magic Kingdom with a reception at Pandora in Animal Kingdom. I thought you guys would be interested to hear how she chose these locations and how she planned everything and how it all turned out. So welcome, Karen.
Thank you. Hey, how's it going?
It's great. Thanks so much for being on the show today. I would love to start at the very beginning and find out how you and your fiancé decided you wanted to have your wedding at Disney.
We're both very big Disney fans, and it just came about. We always go to the theme parks. We're local, so it's always been like a dream of ours to experience something like that in Disney. So I think that's why.
Got it. So how did your friends and family react when they found out where the wedding was going to be?
Oh, they were super excited. So I'm originally from Mexico, but we live in Orlando now. And they were all excited to come. They love Disney World, and his family's from here. He's from Florida. So they were quite surprised, but excited at the same time. We're also a blended family. So we have 5 kids all together, and our kids were very excited to be part of it and to experience the Disney wedding.
That's wonderful. How many guests did you invite and how many were able to make the trip?
We invited about 180 and 150 made it.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah.
Did you set up a room block for your guests?
No, we did not. My husband, most of his family is local anyways. And then my mom lives here too, and I don't know, we just thought that everybody kind of wanted to do their own thing. So we just decided to let everyone stay at their houses or like with friends or with us too. So
that makes sense. How did you guys choose your ceremony and your reception venues?
Well, the ceremony was easy. Like I said, we've been big Disney fans, and it was like a dream for me to get married in front of the castle. So I remember Eric telling me like, oh, well, there's options. We could get married on Main Street, or like Magic Kingdom was like for sure for the ceremony. And then when we looked into the different options, I was just blown away. I didn't know you could get married in front of the castle. So it was an easy yes.
And how did you choose Pandora for the reception?
We also love Animal Kingdom, and we wanted to do a ride mix-in. So one of our favorite rides is Flight of Passage. So we wanted to incorporate that with our wedding. That one and the Navi River. So we had both rides open, and we just liked the kind of like the colors and the neon lights in Pandora.
That's great. Now, since Magic Kingdom after-hours events are so limited and there are usually only a few dates per year available, how did that work with getting the day of the week and time of day? Did you just take whatever Disney offered, or did you give them an idea of when you were looking?
So we planned it, like, I'm going to say 10 months in advance. So it wasn't over a year. And we originally wanted to get married in December because we wanted like the Christmas decorations. But there's almost like no dates to get married during Christmas because they have like so many events of like Mickey Christmas party and stuff like that. So they told us that the best they could do was January. And they gave us, I think, like 3 different options. And we just decided to do the ceremony on a Friday and then the reception on Saturday.
I see. Got it. So what time did your ceremony start?
It actually started at like on Thursday at 11 o'clock at night. But we said I do at like 1 in the morning.
Okay. And then what time did your reception start the following day?
It started at 8 at night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you use any outside vendors for the portions of your event that you were able to?
Just the videographer, Switzer World, and yeah, we hired a wedding planner, Whitney Carrion. She's amazing. So just those two.
Got it. How did you choose your officiant?
He's a good friend of ours. We work with him through Kids Beating Cancer, so he's like the spokesman for that organization, and we've had a relationship with him for a long time, and he's a really good public speaking, and we just asked him if he was interested, and he jumped at the opportunity, and he did a great job.
That's wonderful. Did you add any kind of entertainment to the ceremony or the reception?
Yes, so we did. Like I said, I'm from Mexico, so I wanted to incorporate a mariachi band, like somewhere. And Disney was actually like, you can't have a mariachi at Animal Kingdom because it's like not themed with Animal Kingdom and like the animals. Like I don't know, like they said no at Animal Kingdom, but they were able to accommodate it at their ceremony in Magic Kingdom as long as we purchased like a backdrop for them. And they were not anywhere close to the castle.
Interesting. So then did they play like when you walked down the aisle and everything?
So it was after we cut the cake.
I see. Okay. So speaking of cake, do you have any cake flavors or menu items from your event that you would recommend?
Yes. So we loved, it was actually tricky, but we loved it with the tasting kit. We chose lavender flavor and it was a hit. We loved it. And for the menu, I actually told the chef and like the rehearsal that I loved one of the menu items in France at the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, like the escargot croissant that they have on. And they actually were able to make that, but smaller as like an appetizer. So I thought that was a really nice touch for Disney to like hear, what I really liked and take that into account.
That's wonderful. Did you do a sit-down meal at Pandora, or was it more of a walk-around buffet?
It was it's like a station, like a buffet, but yeah, we had like assigned seating.
I see. Okay. Did you guys add a dessert party or a welcome party around your day?
We did, but not with Disney. We just had a welcome party at the Four Seasons the day before, so on Wednesday.
Oh, what was that like?
Oh, that was amazing too. So Whitney was the one that planned everything, and it was really organized. And for that one, we just stuck to like close family and especially guests that were traveling from out of town. So it was about 50 guests. And yeah, it was great. It was a good event for everybody to meet each other before the wedding and like to calm our nerves.
So can you give my listeners a timeline of how the ceremony and the reception all fit together?
Yes. Thursday night, we had to get ready and be ready by like 10:30 at night. And then they did like some photos first for Eric and his family. And then they did some photos of me and like the wedding party in front of the castle and with the Cinderella carriage. And then the guests, they were supposed to arrive at 11:30 at night on the Thursday. They got buses from the wedding pavilion into Magic Kingdom. And then the ceremony started at midnight. We said, I do. And then we cut the cake and the mariachi band played until like 3 in the morning. And then we actually had our portrait session at 7 in the morning that morning. So we kind of didn't sleep at all. But it was really fun and just an experience. And then on Friday, so everybody went home or to their hotels. And then Friday night at 8, it was our reception at Pandora in Animal Kingdom. And yeah, we had the 2 rides mixed in and a DJ and the buffet.
How late did that go?
That went till 2 in the morning.
Nice. And did you guys do mix-ins with the rides where you just go on once, or did you do a buyout where it was open for your whole event?
We did a buyout for both rides. So the kids were like up and down, up and down, up and down.
That's interesting because a lot of times people balk at having evening or late night ceremonies and receptions in the parks because they're worried kids will be too tired. How did that work for you guys?
We were worried about that too, and we even attempted to like tell them to sleep during the day, but that wasn't very successful. And just the smaller ones, I would say that they fell asleep, but I think like that's normal even at a party that's like at 10 o'clock at night. So all the kids had a lot of fun and they stayed up until the end.
Oh, wonderful. So out of all of this, what ended up being your favorite memory of your wedding?
Oh, the ceremony and like the firework burst and riding into Cinderella carriage, that all was like a dream. The quartet playing and walking down the aisle and having the castle right there. That was my favorite.
That's wonderful. When you guys were planning, what were some of the most important aspects of the event where you focused your attention or your budget?
I think our attention was in the ceremony. Not that we didn't care about the reception, but I feel like a reception is easier to plan and to follow. But with the reception being so late at night, and we were just worried that, like, for example, some of our guests didn't get that it was at midnight. So in the invitation, it was really hard for them to understand that it was at midnight and not at noon. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, what? So I think that we were worried about getting our invitations right and clarifying to everyone what was going to happen and how the ceremony being so different and at such different time that your usual wedding would be.
And was everybody there on time?
Yes, they were.
Were there any aspects of planning that were less important where you maybe saved your money or just your effort?
I think like entertainment at the reception, we weren't too worried about having much more than a DJ because of obviously we had the attractions open too. So we weren't going to spend even more on like more entertainment. So we decided that that was good enough for our budget.
Got it. Did anything go wrong or just not turn out like you expected?
No, everything was great. I loved it. I wish I could go back.
That's fantastic. Was there anything that seemed like a big deal beforehand or you were worried about and then it turned out not to be a big deal?
Yes, the weather. Oh my God, I was checking the weather for like a whole month before the wedding and Eric had to like delete the app on my phone because I was very worried that it was going to be raining. But because if it was raining, obviously they had like a backup for everything. So it wouldn't have been in front of the castle or in Pandora. It would have been a different venue. So I was very worried about that. And the weekend that we got married, it was actually pretty cold. And I guess that's one of the things that didn't go as we planned. It was extremely cold, so we had to rent a lot of heaters around for both the ceremony and the reception. So that was disappointing, but it worked.
Huh. Do you remember what your backup locations were for the ceremony and reception?
So for the reception, it would have been the Lion King Theater at Animal Kingdom. And then in Magic Kingdom, it would have been like the Tomorrowland Terrace. Mm-hmm. So not the same.
Yeah. Is there anything you would have done differently, knowing what you know now?
No, I don't think so. I think they really captured our wedding planners. Disney and Whitney really capture our style, our essence, and they really delivered what we had in mind. So it was just a dream. We loved it. I have no complaint.
That's awesome. Do you have any other tips or advice for future Disney couples?
To relax and enjoy the day. I know that sounds like cliche and like easier said than done, but I feel like taking it in and not stress over the little things and just enjoy and make sure you're in the moment and like aware of everything and just happy and yeah, I'm not worried about anybody else or any of the guests because at the end of the day, it's just about the couple, right? So yeah, I'd say that.
That's great advice. Well, Karen, I think you've offered a lot of great tips and advice for anyone who's interested in getting married or having a vow renewal at Magic Kingdom, and I appreciate your taking the time.
Oh, thank you, Karen.
That's our show for today. I'm your host, Carrie Hayward, inviting you to join me again next week for another episode of the Disney Wedding Podcast. Past shows and tons of photos for each episode are available on my website, DisneyWeddingPodcast.com, or listen in your favorite podcast app. And for instant answers to all your Walt Disney World wedding questions, check out Carrie Hayward's Fairy Tale Weddings Guide, available as an interactive ebook with continual free updates at fairytaleweddingsguide.com.